I think the feeling right now that might be a lot of you guys having is that एक बार cat हो जाए and then we're done and dusted. Then we are sorted, we're like, we're gonna have party and all that. So I think that's very obvious. That might be the feeling, for a lot of you. So that's obvious. It's like, we are 10 days away from CAT. And in this video, what I'm gonna tell you is that I'm gonna kind of, draw your attention to a couple of important things that are quite essential for your CAT, which is gonna help you on D-Day. Because now it's very much obvious that any move that you're gonna have, or anything that you're gonna do on a daily basis, has to have the impact on the D-Day. So if you're not thinking about a D-Day, I really want you guys to all think about D-Day. कि आज मैं अगर ये कर रहा हूँ, D-Day पे इसका क्या मुझे use होगा या फिर नहीं होगा. As simple as that. Now, on the other side, when you talk about these 10 days, the experience that I've got from my students is that most of the time we end up doing a lot of mistakes during these 10 days. So, going away from social media, or let's say, having those issues in the personal life, clashes with parents or boss or whatever, right? ये सब होता है. Apart from this, there is that's the major mistake I would say that we do, is that we push ourselves too hard for the next 10 days. So that's what happens, because we are habituated to study a lot in the last 10 days, because engineering का ये pattern है, commerce का ये pattern है. So we have done this earlier कि यार 10 days की time अगर window है तो बहुत ज़्यादा पढ़ाई करो. I know बच्चे रात भर जग के पढ़ते हैं. बहुत सारी मेहनत होती है, बच्चे कॉपी फिल्म लेके पढ़े जा रहे हैं बिकॉज 10 दिन बाकी है, बहुत मेहनत करना है. डोंट डू दैट. डू नॉट ट्राई टू टेक कैट का प्रिपरेशन दैट वी हैव डन इट फॉर, लेट्स से इंजीनियरिंग एंड कॉमर्स, बिकॉज इट्स नॉट गोना हेल्प यू. इंजीनियरिंग में और कॉमर्स में रात भर जगने के बाद भी यू कैन गो एंड यू कैन गिव द पेपर. You can't do that for CAT. CAT is a different ball game altogether. So the first thing that you need to understand is that you have to get yourself in a shape. You have to get your attitude in a shape. You have to get your entire schedule in a shape, because 10 दिन matter करेगा. Your entire routine is gonna matter a lot, because trust me guys, I don't know whether you agree or not, but all the toppers will tell you the same thing, is that on the D-Day, it's more about your attitude and not the aptitude. According to me, the aptitude is going to play a role of only 10%, 90% is going to be your attitude, because that's the major factor, that's the factor which basically differentiate people who make it to the top colleges and people who do not make it to the top colleges. As simple as that. So for the next 10 days, you've got to watch your attitude. You have to work on your attitude. So very quickly, I'm going to tell you what needs to be done. Number one, do not push yourself really hard. Don't study for 14-15 hours. That's crazy. That's not going to help you out. Number one, you have to, it's compulsory, jot down what you know and what you don't know. Now this is something that you need to do on a piece of a paper. Don't write it down, on your laptop or maybe on a mobile phone. Don't do that. You have to put it in a piece of a paper that, these are my areas that I'm comfortable with. These are my strong areas. These are my weak areas. Weak areas you care a damn about. You're not trying even for a minute to improve on your weak areas. You're not taking any new topic in the hand. As simple as that. So no new topics, say no to all the new topics. Whatever you know, how can you play with that? How can you capitalize on that? That is what you need to understand. Then you need to kind of freeze your strategy right now. So let's say VARC. Okay, how you will be attempting VARC? First 15 minutes, it's only going to be VA, 45 RC. DIR, first 30 minutes, let's say only 2 sets. And probably then a couple of questions from here and there. Quants, arithmetic is going to be the main crux, or let's say arithmetic is your forte. Then TSD and time and work you will be keeping in the end, because they're always, like I call them as monster, because they are having a lot of, high level of difficulty. So keep them a little bit, aside. You will be knocking off other questions. You will be looking at the low-hanging fruits. कि easy क्या मिलेगा पहले मैं वो करूँगा. And that's where the advice comes into picture, is that rule of familiarity. You have to get yourself familiar with all the questions, because D-Day में दिमाग नहीं चलता. To be very honest, ये सब चीजें नहीं याद आती हैं. That's the reason एक habit होना बहुत जरूरी है. And that's the next advice. For the next 10 days, you can write 3 mocks, full-fledgedly 3 mocks you can write, where you can do the analysis. But on a daily basis, I want you all to go for at least 2 more mocks. Passive, right? I'm not saying that you write 2 mocks in a day. No, that's crazy. Don't do that. Write at least 2 mocks, but in a passive way. Just go through questions. Go through a number of questions. Try to understand, okay, will I be able to do this kind of a question if it comes in the paper? But that question has to be from your strong area. Weak area से तो होगा ही नहीं. आज भी नहीं होगा, कल भी नहीं होगा. As simple as that, right? It has to be from your strong area. ठीक है यार, मुझे लगता है arithmetic is my strongest area. ठीक है, ये profit and loss का एक question थोड़ा weird लगा मुझे. क्या मैं ये कर सकता हूँ? कर सकते हो तो very good, नहीं कर सकते हो तो try to do it, because that's gonna give you good learning. So strong area has to be built even more stronger. So try to do that. So familiarity is going to be very, very important, right? And don't focus more on your score. Try to focus on your attempts. Try to focus on your accuracy. Try to know where you are not good, and try to work out on some permutation combination. Again, it's very important. Try to ask yourself, अगर इस लेवल का पेपर आया, क्या क्या अटेम्प्ट कर सकता हूँ? इस लेवल का आया तो क्या क्या अटेम्प्ट नहीं करना है, और अगर इससे बहुत टफ आया तो क्या क्या चीजें मैं अटेम्प्ट कर सकता हूँ. This is what you have to tell yourself every day, and this is the way you're going to train your brain every single day, because of which your D-Day is going to be sorted. As I said, you have to work more on your attitude. Now, another issue might be that you're not really motivated because you're a little worked up and all that. But again, guys, trust me, it's just 10 days, right? On the D-Day, which is 24th of November, you are just not writing CAT, but you are literally writing your destiny. All the students out there, I really want you to think like this, to take it like this, that you are just not writing CAT. If you're really serious about it, you're going to be writing your destiny, and that's the reason the next 10 days would matter a lot. So do not give up. You do not give up. You're like just close now, like this much close, right? It's just 10 days and you should be like, done and dusted. But again, let's fight for it. Let's end it on a good note. And you can have anything as your motivation. You want to book a ticket, you want to go out, you want to have a, let's say you want to go abroad, you want to have trip, you can do that. You want to go party on 24th, you can do that. But मेरे ख्याल से, as a mentor, I will never tell you this kind of motivation, because I think, my thing will be, if you really want to give yourself a motivation, then promise yourself that for the next 10 days, you will be taking care of every goddamn thing that will be helping you on a D-Day, wherein you will be knocking off CAT, wherein you will be literally nailing CAT, and you will be partying. You will be partying, no doubt about it. But that party is going to be next year in IIM Ahmedabad, the event called as Chaos. It's a fabulous cultural event that we conduct. That's what I want to tell you guys. So you want to give yourself a motivation, think something big, let's not get into all these shitty things, like think big, right? Next year it's going to be ABC, it's going to be KIL, all that stuff. So for the next 10 days, you got to keep yourself motivated, and the best way to keep yourself motivated is thinking about your dreams. Trust me, you might not believe that, but every day you got to think about a dream. Because hota kaise na, I think I've seen this. A lot of time we give these excuses. मेरा 10th में अच्छा नहीं था, मेरा 12th में अच्छा नहीं था, मेरा ग्रेजुएशन में अच्छा नहीं था, मुझे साइंस नहीं करना था, इंजीनियरिंग कभी नहीं करना था, मेरे पेरेंट्स ने मुझे बोला इसलिए मैंने करा. तो मेरे ख्याल से अभी तक की बहुत सारी चीजें लाइफ में एक्सक्यूज देते ही गई है. But this is the time when you cannot give any excuse to anybody, because this is your whole and sole decision, and you don't really want to screw that up. And that's the reason I'm saying that, ये जो भी है, like that's in the past. You have 10 days to kind of get your shit in place. You have 10 days to make it a point that one day those 3 hours can definitely, and trust me, it will. Those 3 hours will definitely impact your next 30 years of life. Trust me, those who have done it, ask them. And that's the reason I'm telling you, you should be going for a kill without any excuse. ये नहीं हुआ, वो नहीं हुआ. I think let's not try to do that. And that's the reason for the next 10 days, I want you all to be really, really serious about it. Right? You don't give up on it. Now trust me, you don't want to be in a position, because MBA is something that will take it as like, next 2 or 3 days, or maybe, it's one of the medium wherein you make big bucks. You can make big bucks, no doubt about that, definitely. But you have to think about next 20, 30 years. Because those 3, and there is you cannot really undo anything after that. And trust me, I don't want to demean any other exam, but jitna intensity ka exposure CAT dega, hardly any other exam can give you that. So CAT, that's the reason I always say that you got to work a lot, you got to work hard on it. And again, now for the next 10 days, it's all about attitude. Remember that. Now, you don't want to be in a position wherein, you feel that कि यार मैं अगर ये 2-3 चीजें कर लेता तो शायद से मेरा स्कोर अच्छा था, मैं एक अच्छे कॉलेज में जाता, वो कॉलेज से निकल के मैं एक मल्टीनेशनल कंपनी में जाता, जहाँ पे मेरी पोजीशन लेट्स से सीनियर मैनेजर होती है, फिर एवीपी होती है, फिर ब्रांड मैनेजर होती, शायद से मैं इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग में जाता. तो मेरे ख्याल से नाउ इट्स टाइम फॉर यू ऑल to take that shire or take that might Mabel award away from your life. Is the opportunity. And I'll tell you one thing. I have learned, rather, this is what people used to tell me, or I've heard people telling this, is that, the opportunity knocks on the door only once. Okay? Ek baar. But that's not true. Because if you're in top 10 or if you're in top 15 B school, opportunity will always come to you. You will have multi-million doors wherein open every door, what you see next is the opportunity. That's what CAT is gonna do to you. That's what CAT is gonna do to your career, your dreams, everything. Now trust me, you don't want to get into a B school by screwing your CAT. You don't want to get into a B school wherein you get a placement wherein after 10 years down the line or after 12 years down the line, you have to take a sick leave and you have to write a message to your boss and saying that, hey boss, I have to take a sick leave, I'm so sorry, could you please approve? If that's the day, I don't want to comment on that. Rather, you should be in the position where you say that, guys, you have a team and you just, drop in a message saying that, guys, I'm taking an off today, I'm not feeling well, I'll be working from home. And you have, meetings on WebEx or Skype, whatever. That's the swag, that's the attitude that I want you all to have for the next 10 days. Just watching Suits and watching Harvey Specter and feeling overwhelmed and saying like wow doesn't work. You got to have an attitude like that guy. He's an amazing guy, no doubt about that. That character is amazing. So yeah, for the next 10 days, you got to work more on your attitude. Things are gonna be smooth. Things are gonna be smooth sailing for all of you on a D-Day. My best wishes are always gonna be with you. I will be with you during this entire MBA journey and even after that. But guys, trust me, next 10 days, you're just not writing CAT. You are actually writing your own destiny, right? So be so fucking careful. Be very, very, serious about it. I wanted to kind of, publish a couple of videos today, but I said that it's 10 days. I realized that today is 14. And I said that, yeah, 10 दिन बचा है. That's the reason I'm publishing this video today. From tomorrow, you will see videos based on DI, LR, verbal and all that. There are some amazing videos are lined up for you guys. So, and those videos will help you a lot to frame your strategy for D-Day. So I'll be putting them from tomorrow onwards, and I will also be putting snap video tomorrow onwards. Students have requested a lot, so I'll do that tomorrow. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe.